Chanel here, your menopause nutritionist. Today's chat is actually going to be a little bit about mental health. Now, today I went to a new psychologist and it just made me think about talking about the subject, which I think is actually really important. So I wanted to share my experience and kind of what I'm doing at the moment and my thoughts around it. Because I do think that we don't talk about the subject, firstly, and it's really important. And mental health, anxiety, depression, these can be very big side effects of being on your menopause journey from the change in hormones. But honestly, I think it's a really stressful stage of life as well, generally. And so having this chat, I think, is a good idea. But before we get started, I truly just want to make sure if you missed the boat on my current Thrive program, and if you don't know what that is, as your menopause nutritionist, I run my Thrive program 3 times a year. And it's a 12-week program. It literally teaches you how to master your nutrition and lifestyle. And this is actually my own experience condensed into a 12-week program. Took me like 3 or 4 years. However, this is what I needed myself, and I truly wish I had it and there was nothing. And so now I feel so privileged that I get to help other women fast forward their results and success by working with you and linking arms together on my program and getting you the results that you want. Not only now, but to succeed and thrive for the rest of your life. And it is a great program. So join the waitlist. I'll pop the link here in the comments. You can jump on board. This is where you'll be notified of my final program for this year, which kicks off in September. And you will also get an amazing discount and bonuses and inclusion. This is like kind of my VIP list, if you like. So people on this list are the first to sign up. There's like limited spots for my program. So therefore you get first in, first served. So that's my little reminder, because the time goes so fast. We are nearly in July and this year's flying. So I don't want you to miss out. Okay, let's chat. Let's chat about this, because I think firstly, we still are trying to open the conversation about mental health. When I had my injury, I was open about the fact that I sought out a psychologist because I really struggled. Found it really emotionally challenging, the situation that I found myself in. But today, I went to a new psychologist today because I'm trying to find someone that I have in my back pocket for just like life stuff, like becoming a better version of myself. And when I look back, especially to my 40s, even maybe my late 30s, but especially my 40s, I really wish this was something I was doing, because I look back and I see I'm raising teenagers, 3 teenage girls. They're all hormonal, stressful, no time to myself. It just would have been actually, in hindsight, an amazing time to have that support on board. So if you're listening to this and you're heading into perimenopause, maybe actually, to be fair, it doesn't matter how old you are if you're listening to this. I truly think having this sort of help in your back pocket is really helpful. And I think the thing is, as women, we do talk to our friends. Like, I have some close girlfriends that I am lucky enough to confide in when I have issues, but they're not psychologists. They're not trained to actually know what to say or do. And sometimes our friends, we want them to say something and then they actually don't say the right thing, and it can sometimes make us sound worse. So having someone that you actually don't know at all is quite empowering. So long story short, I went to a new one today because I do want to have that system in place. And 2 reasons. Firstly, sometimes it can take some time to find the right person. So that's something to keep in mind. You really want to find the right person that you feel happy and safe and comfortable with. And it doesn't always happen straight away. And in the past, when I've gone to the psychologist, I have actually had either a really stressful situation or a real major challenge. So I was in a heightened state. So today it was actually really quite nice to be able to talk and not feel that sense of urgency to have to fix something or share something or need something so urgently. That's just me sharing a little bit today. But I think also, so anyone that is here that's trying to be a better version of themselves, like today, I want to have really great relationships with my girls, and maybe there's some things that are holding me back from that, or even our marriage, which I did not talk at all about today, but there's things that pop up, and interestingly enough, she wanted to know about my childhood, and that's often the things that are, cycling through the subconscious behavior from our conditioning, when we get triggered, and it's not me showing up, it's my 7-year-old self, that sort of stuff. And that definitely did come up today. And it's I feel quite excited to be able to go, I'm actually working on some of this stuff to become a better version of myself. But interestingly enough, something else I wanted to talk to you about on the process of this. Firstly, being on your menopausal journey, whether you're coming into perimenopause, whether you're postmenopause, doesn't matter. Stressful, lots to deal with, challenging. This is an outlet I truly recommend. I wish I'd have done it a lot earlier, to be fair, and I didn't. And it's because we're not also encouraged to. So that's why I wanted to talk about this today. Also, I think that, what was I going to say? I had something else very important. It'll come back to me. Oh, damn. I hate it when that happens. You can tell that this is not rehearsed because that's just gone. I can't remember what I was going to say. It'll come back. But as we were talking today, so the other thing I wanted to share with you today was to give anyone hope, per se, that may be struggling with depression or anxiety. When because this was the first meeting today, and when you have your first meeting, it actually can be confronting because you are sharing about you and your history and whatever your challenges are and that sort of thing. So it's kind of like an investigation call, if you like, or meeting. And so you are sharing stuff that is sometimes uncomfortable and doesn't make you feel good. So she wanted to know my history, and I haven't thought about this for a long time, and this is why I really wanted to share it with you. I have had a seriously long journey with depression, and I used to talk about it a lot, and I actually don't even know if I've talked about it on my podcast. And if I haven't, I need to do a whole episode talking. I have talked about it, I think, in spaces, but maybe I need to do the whole story. But here's a snippet of it so you get the gist. After I had my 3 girls, I had 3 daughters, I had very bad postnatal depression. The first one, really bad, like suicidal thoughts, that sort of stuff, terrible. After each of them, I was medicated, and then I just could not get off the antidepressants. So I was on antidepressants for 21 years. And I'm trying to think now. I have to actually go back and revisit how long it has been since I've been off medication, but it has been more than 5 years. And when I first went off them, I used to think about it all the time because I was waiting to have a crash because that was my history. And so for a period of time, that is what I would keep worrying about and stressing about. And if you've had depression or if you're suffering with it, you totally will understand what I mean, because when you crash, it's terrible and it's awful. And I was petrified of it happening again. That's why I had basically resigned to the fact that I would be on medication for the rest of my life. So if you guys would like me to, I will talk you through the whole story. But the short version is I haven't been on medication for more than 5 years, and I don't think about it anymore. And so I don't talk about it anymore because I actually have forgotten about it. And I was talking to my psychologist today, and she's like, that shows you how far you've come. And of course, how healed you are. So that's pretty exciting. And I wanted to share that not only to show that things like this can happen, and that growth and healing and all of that stuff is possible. Now, if you are currently taking antidepressants and you need to, then of course that's, I would never tell you to not do that. I want you to know that it is possible after a long period of time to also come off them. And so that is just something I thought I would share with you guys today as well. So anyway, completely a different topic today, completely, and something I probably haven't really spoken a lot about and dived into, but I really do think it's important. And I think it's important because we need support, we need to be bettering ourselves, and that's really what the content I share with you is about, becoming the best version of yourself. And this is just another area and facet of that. And I think when we're talking with mental health, we can't see it, and it's in our head. So when we're living with it, it's very hard to know where we're sitting with it. So I wanted to talk about it to hopefully make going to see a psychologist, having someone supporting you more normal, because I do think it is very helpful and a great tool in just helping us become a better version of ourselves, especially when we face this midlife area, because this menopause journey can be so challenging in so many different ways, and having that support can really be beneficial. So I truly hope that this lands today and it helps, and if it helps one person, then I've done my job. And I really do try and share as much as I can to help you. You can see that it's really based on my own experiences, and hopefully that helps. And I truly know that as humans, we're here to connect with each other, and me sharing hopefully will spark other conversations. And if you've got a friend or a family member or someone you love who needs to hear this, please share it with them. I truly would appreciate that. Please subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please drop them here in the comments so we can keep this conversation going. If you're liking this content, give us a thumbs up. And I truly look forward to sharing more with you. I've got some great guests coming on over the next few weeks. I'm excited for those conversations and I can't wait to bring them to you. So have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here, and sending you lots of love.